The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD BLACK the Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft and in association with ACT Fibernet and AFK Gaming. I'm your host, Blackjack. Joining me is my co-host, Babagusa and Raman Foxy, as we are here for Day 4 of Division 2 in the second week of Season 1 of this beautiful, beautiful league, and it is about to be a fantastic day. Sure, it's no SA Nationals, but these are teams still worth watching out for, because one of these days they could come in and they could rock the scene down to its core. Who knows, we could have another TR9 Valiance on our hands soon, but how soon is soon? Well, we'll have to wait and watch to find out. First things first, starting out today is a Nat versus Red Vipers, which will be coming on your screens in just a quick moment, ladies and gentlemen, on the map of Cafe Dostoyevsky. And Red Vipers will be defending to start things off. An interesting combination and an interesting map selection, as it isn't any Clubhouse or Oregon, but Cafe sees a lot of play in the league itself. But before we get into the game, Baba, how do you do on this fine evening?
And I'm doing absolutely fantastic here, Jack, and I'm really excited about this matchup in Nat versus Red Vipers. We did see Red Vipers going up against Team TR8 Valiance on map Clubhouse. We actually did see Red Vipers snatching their win against the opposition team in maximum overtime, round 15, and now going up against Nat to make sure that they would be able to be on the top of the division, hopefully to be in Division 1. So we head as we head right back into the matchup, we actually did see the first ban coming in from Red Vipers, as we see Thatcher won't be in play on map Cafe Dostoyevsky. Followed up, it should be similar bans, maybe a Nomad ban, or we might be able to see some hard breaches ban, as we did get to witness in the previous matchup. But well, my predictions was right, as Nat will be there to ban the Nomad. Followed up with the defenders ban, we did see a lot of Womai bans and Valkyrie bans being used. So maybe on a map like Cafe Dostoyevsky, there should be a higher chances where Mira has to be banned here. But looks like the Maestro will be banned instead. His Evil Eye camps are quite powerful on a site of third floor bar, especially when you keep those Evil Eye utilities in the piano room. That's where most of the attackers push would arrive in. With that keeping in mind, the last ban phase, it is going to be an interesting one, because actually it won't be, as the Valkyrie will be banned on the side of Team Red Vipers. They want to make sure that the intel on the side of defenders won't be crucial to either go for a run out, knowing for the fact that Nomad is banned and the defenders have the freedom to actually go for a run out either from the small bakery window or from the bakery entrance. Maybe a spawn peek from the pillars window. Who knows? It's there are plenty of opportunities for defenders to go for a spawn peek here. As we take a look at the rosters on the side of Team Nat, we have Danger Zone, Roni, Rain, Haveli, and Drish. And on the side of Team Red Vipers, we have Sean, Anaconda, Seth, Asterix, and Kurosaki. And the side that they'll be picking in is second floor reading room as the 6 pick comes in as rain changes from the gridlock to the blitz.
That's an interesting six pick to say the least, coming out from Rain, the man bringing in the German attacking shield operator. And sure, he's not any Montaigne, but Blitz is still a pretty powerful operator in his own right. We're going to be keeping an eye on that particular operator selection, but of course the ace, as usual, will also be in play. Alongside the IQ, Dizzy bringing in that little bit of information gathering, utility denial potential that is also very required these days, of course, in the utility meta of Siege. Drish with those concussive and impact grenades of Zofia, and running the same with the OG soft breach sledge. And you can never go wrong with the breaching hammer of that size. Attacking team composition looks pretty interesting, barred the blitz, mind you. We are, again, I am pretty curious about this sixth pick from the side of Nat, as yeah, this operator doesn't see much play, and given the recent changes to guard break when it comes to shields, you'd think he'd see even less play. So, Rain, he's gonna be facing a bit of a battle, and it's gonna be interesting to see how he combats the challenges going up against him. Meanwhile, Red Vipers, they've already got Kurosaki with the Wamai, who is unbanned today from the looks of it, sitting in dark spot already. There's a gunfight happening towards the side of the white corridor window, and that's Drish trying to find somebody on the third floor. But second floor reading, of course, being the site, he's got to watch out for the site window. Somebody could get cheeky below him, but they're not going to, and he's going to go back to roof quickly. Kurosaki holding down this area as well as he can. He's got cover from the side of operators situated in Cigar Shop. That's Seth, you can see right there through the wall. And Asterix is actually going to take some damage. He's trying to go for a gunfight right now, but the man, unfortunately, was not successful. He's going to do some damage to Dizzy. Drish is going to take some damage as well. Lots of bullets being traded right now. There's a skylight drop in place, but the blitz will fall nice and quickly. The Legion takes that as it's a 4 versus 5. Asterix starting things off, and Rain, unfortunately, caught in a bad situation. That's a double. Drish will drop, and the Legion, who looked like he wouldn't be sticking around for long, is still alive, as Seth will finally take Roni the Simp, and Asterix will be the one to fall. Haveli has a disconnect, which means that Dizzy is the last one standing. G8 in hand, drops on Red Hatch, and the pre-fire from Kurosaki will make sure that that's all he's able to do in round 1, which will go the way of Red Vipers, ladies and gentlemen. A beautiful first round, as Nat were unfortunately not prepared from the looks of it for Red Vipers, not only going second floor, but being as aggressive as they were on third. With that being said, round 2 will be underway, and this is a little bit of an interesting situation that we see Nat in. 2 of their players have disconnected, and they haven't yet requested a rehost. They've got some time too, as we will proceed into round 2. Hopefully they can get their players back in time.
Well, as we proceed to round 2, the site being in first floor kitchen, and also Nat, a bit of in a difficult situation, knowing for the fact that 2 of the players have been disconnected, and looks like they will hang on with only 3 players on the side of attack, which gives Team Red Vipers a higher chance of winning on the specific site, knowing that it would be in a 5v3 situation. Well, with that in mind, we do see a kitchen hold coming in from Red Vipers. And unfortunately, Nat won't be able to take the Actually, yes. I do have to apologize for that. Yeah, as I was talking about it on the side, Red Vipers, they have the castle with those armor panels. You can be able to make some new rotation holes and also give the attackers to use their utilities to, eventually take out the armor panels, because it's most probably it is a bulletproof barricade, most probably to, and it gives more of an access for the defenders to push into. As we head into the action phase, we see Anaconda finishing his prep phase by making a rotation right from the small bakery and placing a proximity alarm to make sure that if the attackers try to push in, the beep sound will be able to get that information. Ronnie will be able to take a lot of damage, but also will be able to deal damage to the Asterisk too, as Drish pushes in. 2 kills for Drish as he eliminates both Seth and Sean. Make that another one as he eliminates Anaconda and gets a triple kill. Already, Nat is in a favorable position here, and Ronnie will also actually get one, eliminating Asterisk, but Kurosaki will be there to eliminate one, but at what cost? The heavy aggression coming in from Nat won't be able to, as DZ will be there eliminating Kurosaki. Round 2 goes in the favor of Team Nat as we take a look at ACT Fibernet's instant replay for a 3v5 situation. All Drish had to do was to just push in, find 2 players of Team Red Vipers, and they did exactly that, eliminating them. And also Drish getting a triple gave the opportunity for the other attackers to push in and eliminates them. As we proceed to round 3, first floor kitchen is going to be the side yet again, and Red Vipers were taken out by surprise.
Oh, definitely. And from the looks of it, the way Red Vipers played that round, I would say they got a little too ahead of themselves, getting a little bit too relaxed in a 3v5 situation. But as anybody who has ever played this game will be able to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, never take any situation at face value. Never look at the numbers and think, all right, we can win this because it's going to be easy. That's never how it goes. And that is what Red Vipers were taught by Nat. They may have only had 3 attackers in that particular round, but they were able to win it out with that aggression. Red Vipers, well, they'll be facing off against a 5v5, meaning Nat has all of their players back in the lobby. Turns out it was a little bit of a power issue that forced their players out, which means no Rios could be called in that situation. And they got all of their players back in time, as Red Vipers have been equalized upon by just loading a Dizzy.
Well, as we take a look at on round 3, the site being on first floor kitchen yet again. I mean, the setup on the side of Team Red Vipers will be the same, but we might be able to see some, adaptations coming in from the defenders. Hopefully, they can be able to salvage it out. With Drish taking quite a lot of damage in the entrance of the building, at the main entrance, as DZ with the G8 LMG, she has this utility to figure out what kind of utilities that the defenders is placing. As we see Haveli eliminating the first player of Team Red Vipers, that would be Seth, the man who was making a lot of plays and now has been gone, with Nat getting the high favor. With that, we do see Kurosaki holding on Bakery, as we see Sean eliminating Drish. The Zofia won't be in clean neither, but Rain will be there for that instant refrag, getting the control on the courtroom, which would force Kurosaki way back to the small bakery, giving DZ the opportunity to push in from the bakery, but he will actually get the kill there with the diffuser being down. The tag is in. All defenders needs to do is to make sure that they hold to the diffuser and make sure that the attackers won't get near it. With that keeping in mind, the C4 comes in from Asterix, will claim the life of Roni on the side of Team Nat, which leads to the man count in the favor of Team Red Vipers. Kurosaki with a wonderful pick will force Nat to push in from the bakery. Rain, on the other hand, who was apparently in the court, will be able to take out Sean, getting a double kill in the side of Bar. And now the only problem is they need to get to the site in which both Asterix and Kurosaki are playing near the bakery. One is apparently holding the angle, and the second is the same to just cover for his teammates, so that if one team goes down, the other refrag would come in. The drone work is coming in from Haveli. Great use of drone utility, supporting his teammate as best as he can, as he is going to able to detect a specific player here. But Ash is going to go down from none other than the mute Asterix with the double kill yet again, which leads to Haveli all by himself. He knows the intel. All he needs to do is to convert it in a 1v2 situation to a 1v0. Two of the Selma breaches are being used to make lines of sight, and as he decides to push in from the pep room, doesn't see any particular players there. The push will come in from Kurosaki, finds the head off of the ace, eliminating Haveli, as we see Red Vipers winning round 3 on first floor kitchen. As we take a look at it in ACT Fibernet's instant replay, all Red Vipers need to actually all Vomai had to do was to eliminate DZ, who was apparently pushing in from the bakery, had the control of the diffuser, and all they need to do was to hold out, in which they actually did. And even though with the good drone was coming in from Haveli, Ash couldn't figure out a way to eliminate both of them, leaving Red Vipers into a 2v1. As we proceed to round 4, third floor bar is going to be the side with the 6 pick coming in from Anaconda, as she changes from the Clash to the Mira.
Mira will be brought in from the side of Anaconda with the 6 pick out of the Clash. 2-1 is the scoreline in favor of Red Vipers, who did very well to put Nat in a little bit of a trap in that last round, catching the diffuser off of Dizzy and forcing the side of Nat to change their push to try and recover diffuser. That bit of fortification was required, and they did it nice and well. Ooh, R6S had to hang on to that reinforcement for a quick second, as everything is going off for the side of Red Vipers nicely. Early game lead taken care of, and they are pushing ahead with these rounds in their favor. Hopefully they can extend this lead even more, but Nat will be looking to stop that as soon as possible. Third floor bar being the side of choice, interestingly enough, Anaconda is going to be playing a Mira window on the left side wall of bathroom, leaving himself a little exposed, admittedly, from a few angles here and there, especially from far right of the piano door. And he's got to be careful on his positioning right there. Maybe that's a decoy Mira, but with the Goyer shield being in place, not so much. At least that's what I think in this situation. In terms of operators who usually see banned, Dizzy is going to be allowed to play the Jackal today, bringing in that scanner that is always so good for intel gathering, and of course his beautiful weapon kit, the C7E and the ITA-12S secondary shotgun. It's going to take a little bit of soft breach load off of the sledge, which is always nice for sharing workload between the team, as Rain is going to do the roam clear workload right here. On second floor, just outside of the 90 hallway, he's just trying to find anybody who might be going for a C4 play later in the round, who may have positioned themselves earlier, as Kurosaki is going to go down in the meanwhile. That's a little unfortunate. Looks like Dark Spot has already been compromised from the side of Nat, ladies and gentlemen, as Red Vipers, they've got a man down. Omai might be revived any second now, but the way he's bleeding out, I don't think it's a safe option. No, yep, there we go. The revive is in, as Kurosaki is now down to 20 HP. Behind the shield even, so I guess it was probably a grenade from Ronnie the Sim that got him down, which means the ADSs have been taken care of, but the Wamai is still alive, and that's what really matters right here. As, oh, beautiful shot right there from the man. Dizzy with the nice shot in chat. He knows that he has to credit that one. As, will there be another good shot coming up? Yes, there will! Back-to-back headshots connect as Roni the Simp will go down. Kurosaki, beautifully done from the man. Asset is going to come in, chip in as well, finding Haveli, dropping the diffuser, leaving the attackers in a bad spot. Dredge goes down as well. Rain, the last one standing on red stairs, trying to find Seth right now. Will he be able to get him? Not quite yet, but the Jaeger will finally fall, and that's the Ash taking one. But there's another one very quickly on the piano stage. Rain has got to be careful. He's retrieved the diffuser, but he's very wary of these flanks that Red Vipers could bring out against him. Is caught in a bad position right now, as things aren't looking too great. Flashbangs go out, but they can only do so much to deter the defenders in their pursuit of this final kill. They're just holding in positions. They know they don't even need to peek, as the Mira is just scrambling back to site. There we go. The Ash peeks in Cigar Shop, and Kurosaki will come back around and finish things off as rain will fall. And that will be Red Vipers taking round 4, ladies and gentlemen, on third floor bar and cocktail lounge, putting themselves up on a 3-1 lead, as we'll see in the ACT Fibernet instant replay. A beautiful early game coming out from the side of RV, as they will go to second place Reading Room and Fireplace Hall. Second.
Well, with Red Vipers winning 3 rounds on defense, we will see them defending on second floor Reading Room. I guess, yeah, since this will be the first time team Red Vipers will be defending on the second floor Reading. I mean, not the first time in the match, as I was talking about, because most of the rounds we saw Red Vipers winning on third floor bar and first floor kitchen. And again, third floor bar with the Kurosaki making those beautiful headshots twice in a row. We're going to be seeing them defending on second floor Reading Room round 5. And Team Nat needs to do something about it. Since the side is on second floor Reading, all they have to do is to get the control of the cocktail lounge so that they could make lines of sight, use the high ground to their maximum potential, and hopefully will be able to shatter Red Vipers' defense. We do see Seth with the ADS placements being used, one near the deployable shield and the second near the couch of the piano room. So most probably 2 ADSs should do the trick for him, as the other one will be placed on the cocktail lounge, followed up with another deployable shield being placed, hopefully. I mean, because most of the time when a site like second floor, you do see either a piano hold or a cocktail lounge hold being used quite a lot. But since they do see that they will, however, think of defending on piano, we do see Dane pushing in on the side of bakery. So instead of clearing the third floor first, they would decide to clear the first floor instead, giving them a good amount of intel and also good clearance. They can be able to watch the flank rotations, especially when Rain is hunting the roamers, which would give Nat a lot of opportunities to eliminate Team Red Vipers' line of defense. We do see Roni holding the angle on the side of these Badlon, but Rain, he might be able to spot one, but he actually loses that gunfight to the Legion. Asterix and Seth make that another one. Asterix with the double kill, eliminating DZ. My, looks like Team Nat is definitely not having a good day here, as we see Ronnie using the Selma breaches to open up the soft hatch, with Haveli already pushing in on the side of Red Stairs. Not a single player on the side of Team Red Vipers have been taken out, and another shot comes in from the Vamayas. Kurosaki eliminates Haveli. Again, Ronnie, the last man standing. He needs to find the other 5 players yet again. Well, with him still opening up the hatches with the use of his Selma breaches, he couldn't do anything more than that. He only has 1 more Selma breaches. The only thing he can do is either get inside the VIP hallway, go upstairs to the reading room, hopefully use those Selma breaches to at least make a line of sight so that he can be able to eliminate one, and looks like he will be able to find one, eliminating Seth. But at what cost? The entire team of Red Viper has started to hunt down, and Anaconda with a beautiful wall bang will be there to eliminate him, as Team Red Vipers will be strong on defense, winning round 5 second floor reading room. As we proceed to round 6, the final round for Team Red Vipers on defense, and we'll see if they would make it 5-1 or will Nat make it 2-4. We'll actually get to see it in this specific round, and the site in which Red Vipers is going to defend on will be on first floor kitchen.
The last round before roll swap is coming up, and Red Vipers have taken their defensive rounds back to back off the back of some very unfortunate mistakes from Nat. Nat today haven't exactly looked at their best. That goes without saying right now, as they are in a bit of a deep situation. First floor kitchen and service, kitchen service, will be the side of choice coming out from Red Vipers. Is what could be their final defense, as round 7 onwards they'll be attacking, and unless Nat picks themselves back up and pushes for overtime, Red Vipers will be running away with this game any minute now. Of course, Nat, they'll be looking to avoid that, but, you know, seeing what we've seen from them so far, they haven't exactly made a good example of this particular match. They sort of thrown themselves at a particular situation or at a particular, say, hold that Red Vipers is doing, and it hasn't really worked out. I'm trying to, you know, trying not to be too harsh on them right here, but it is what it is. As the Red Vipers, they've just taken advantage of every single bit of mistakes that Nat has made. And, oh, that's a little unfortunate. It looks like the Malusi will be meeting an early end. Kurosaki is going to take out Sean right at the turn of action phase right there. Looks like he himself is a little worried as to how that happened. But, don't do it. Come on. Foxy, our host over here, dropping some nice shot in the chat. But that doesn't change the fact that Red Vipers are playing in a 4 versus 5. Looks like Kurosaki has some hardware issues that he'll need to sort out after this game is taken care of. ADSs are going off as there's a push coming in from the ambulance side of Garage. Seth nearly saw one. He will actually see the Zofia. Shots are fired, but he's going to be the one to fall first as Drish will take that kill. Took a lot of damage in return, mind you, from the Mute's gun. But it didn't matter. Zofia is still alive and well. Asterix, second floor. The next one to take a gunfight against 2 attackers right now. Will not connect somehow as a Dizzy will be the one to finish him off instead. And then go on to play vertical. Kurosaki and Anaconda, the last 2 remaining in this round for the side of Red Vipers. As... it's not looking good for RV. Looks like one run might just go the way of Nat. They have done well to take this round so far. Red Vipers, not so much, but it's not over. Well, it is closer to being over, as Rain is now going to take out Kurosaki, leaving Anaconda, the last man standing. He's going to find one. No, the ace is still alive. He will finally go down, but Anaconda's out of bullets. He has to reload. There's somebody in prep room. Does he know? He does. But Rain is quicker on the trigger as Anaconda will fall, leaving Red Vipers still in the lead, but not quite a dominating position as they would have wanted going into round 7, excuse me. They are 4-2 up, as we'll see in the ACT Fibernet instant replay at the end of the round from the castle. He tried his best, but unfortunately, you know, 1 versus 5 like that, there's only so much you can do. Now Red Vipers are on the attack, Nat are on the defense as round 7 rolls up will take effect, and we are headed to 3rd floor bar and cocktail lounge.
Well, 3rd floor bar is going to be the site for Team Nat as they will be the one going on defense. We'll see how well Red Vipers are. We'll see how well Red Vipers attack is going to be as we see a 6-pick coming in from Sean as he changes from the Lion to the Ace. Quite sure why, because, you know, having a double heart breacher like a Hibana and Ace would prove to be quite efficient. And also, Ace is considered to be one of the most versatile heart breacher operators as we get to know. But we'll see what's going to happen on round 7 as the side being on 3rd floor bar. We do see the compliments of the Jaeger and Vomai combo. He would apparently be playing in the piano with the help of his deployable shields, magnet nades, and also magnets, and also the ADS. Quite interestingly, we do see an inverted deployable shield being placed on the piano room. Quite a lot of holes being made as well, hopefully to make sure that if there is any IQ being played, especially if a 6-pick dead being pegged, they would make sure that they would get a control on the reading room or at the fireplace hall as best as possible. Well, action phase will be in play, and since we do not see Red Vipers picking the IQ, they will just be playing as the Twitch. Now, the Twitch's shockdown would prove to be quite efficient. All she needs to do is go near the inverted deployable shield that you get to see on the piano room, find exactly where the Jaeger's ADS location is, and eliminate it out without losing a body or 2. That's the huge advantage of a Twitch shock drone. Most of the time you do use it to take out a utility. I mean, back in those days it used to give a total of 5 damage and it had a limited shock bolt of 11, but now it is 1 damage with a recharge of 3. Well, as we do see Drish about to go for a spawn pick, but decides to barricade it instead. And quite interestingly, we do see the entire 5 teams of Red Vipers in the Red Stairs hatch. As Seth drops down, just making sure that there won't be any aggressive plays coming in from the defenders as we see. Oh, the flick from Drish as he eliminates one, but the instant frag comes out from the sledge. The push comes in from the Wamai, and it's basically a death trap for the defenders here as the entire team of Red Vipers decide to push in from the Red Stairs. Rain with the SMG-11 gets the kill onto Sean, but at what cost? Anaconda, Asterix are the only 2 operators left on the side of Team Red Vipers. They have control on the side of Siga Shop, but they don't have the control on the side just yet. With them getting currently in the piano room, they do have the ace. They can be able to use the Selma breaches to make lines of sight on the side of Freezer. Maybe get one, but Roni with the MP7, he's going to be able to eliminate Asterix with a beautiful headshot, which leads to Anaconda all by herself, and he needs to find a total of 3 players of Team Nat. Anaconda slowly pushing in on the side of Cigar Launch, have no idea where the exact location of the Bandit is. He'll be able to find one, but in the end, Bandit will be there to eliminate Anaconda as Team Nat will win round 7 on 3rd floor bar as we take a look at ACT Fabrinet's instant replay. That was quite an interesting push coming in from Red Vipers as the entire team starts to drop down from the Red Stairs, and then next thing you know, the defenders already had great amount of angle being displayed, especially the Jaeger holding on from the piano, then the Vomai holding in from the cigar entrance. Even though there was a refrag, the instant refrag immediately came from the defenders, and just like that, Team Nat will be able to salvage this one, making it a 3v4 as we see a 6-pick coming in as Anaconda changes from Sam Fisher to the Sledge. Now, I mean, since Sam Fisher is not played and he is playable after the next competitive season, but for now he is not available as we do see another 6-pick coming in from Rain as he changes from the Mozi to the Goyo.
Round 8 will be underway, and Red Vipers and Nat, both of them seem to have adopted a very interesting strategy between themselves, which is to throw everyone and everything at one particular region and see how well it works out. We saw this both times in Kitchen from Nat and from Red Vipers. We saw it from more specifically Nat on the attack for the most part, especially those 2nd floor reading rounds. And we saw it in the last round, 3rd floor bar, Red Vipers attack. Everybody was on top of the Red Stairs hatch. And okay, I have no idea what Dizzy was doing unless he broke that deployable camera of one of his defending teammates. Don't have a visual on that yet, but if he did, that's a little unfortunate. But the point here is that last round, I'm kind of a little taken aback by what we got to see on that Red Stairs area. All of Red Vipers was positioned there. They were waiting to drop in. Who knows? They might have wanted to do a rush, and they started dropping in one by one. One kill goes, another one drops. One defender drops, another attacker comes in. It was a weird thing to say the least, but Nat were able to manage the situation and bring themselves to a round win, giving themselves a better chance of equalizing in a 3-4 situation. With the Goyo in play on 1st floor Kitchen, Nat of course has a couple more deployable shields in their hands to play with, sort of, and you can see one of them already being used by Drish to hold on the Okay, I have questions right there about Rain. Melling a friendly deployable barbed wire, alright, sure. As coming back to the point I was talking about, the Vulcan Shield being used by Drish alongside, of course, ADSs. Yeah, there we go. The deployable cam is still alive, ladies and gentlemen. No need to worry, as he's got intel, the Jaeger, and he's trying to hold on a big bakery door, but there's nobody there that's pushing him, which is the interesting part here. Red Vipers are not going for the bakery push. They might go for a 3rd floor roam clear, coming down to 2nd floor, playing vertical, and then pushing to cold room through a white stairs breach and, of course, a hatch breach. In the meanwhile, C4s are going to come out any second. Now, not from Rain, mind you. That man has proximity alarms, as a Mute, I believe, is the only one on the side of the defense who has those C4s. It's a very interesting selection from Nat. Both these teams have been Yeah, they've been putting us through our paces with these selections, shall we say. Asterix in the meanwhile is going to be supporting in white corridor. The summer breaches are going off. Seth has pushed up to bar on first floor. He'll be meeting Dizzy any second now. The Legion right by Coach Chet, waiting for an attacker to come his way. Callouts have gone off as smokes and grenades are going to go off. Anaconda's going to find a Valley. Beautifully done right there. A well-cooked grenade from the sledge is going to start things off as bodies are going to start to drop. But Rain has found one. He's going to be refragged onto instantly as the attackers are going to fall in nice and quickly. There we go. There's the plant coming out from Asterix. No, that's a little bit of a bait. He knows he can't plant there just yet. They have to get control of sight. Capita comes out of wide hallway to find the Legion, putting it in a 2v4. Asterix has to find the plant. He has to get it done, and he will be, as the German brothers are left in a clutch situation. There goes Jaeger, leaving the bandit, the last man standing. Roni, he's found one. He needs to find 3 more. He will find 1 more. That is set off the board. But there's Kurosaki, the Capitao, coming in from the bar hallway. Is going to shut him down on entry as the Para 308 fires off. We'll see that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, ladies and gentlemen, as it was once again a little bit of a messy round from the attacking team, but Red Vipers managing to weather the storm will put themselves 1 round higher in the lead. 5-3 is the scoreline on round 9, and we're headed to second floor reading room and fireplace hall.
Well, 2 more rounds for Red Vipers to secure the win against Team Nat, but Team Nat, they're holding it on, especially winning on round 7 third floor bar. We may be able to see some great plays coming in, especially on round 9, choosing to change the site from second floor reading room. An interesting 6 pick as Drish changes from the smoke to the Goyo. I mean, that is quite an interesting one because, you know, for a smoke, you do have those smoke gas canisters in which you can be able to fend off any attackers for a total of 30 seconds if used 3 times in a row with the smoke gas canisters. And using the Goyo with this Vulcan shield, the only problem of that is it can be detonated from either the defenders or the attackers, which would give... Maybe it has a 50-50 chance for the attackers to gain the upper hand too. So maybe... taking the Goyo would be a good idea to make sure that they could get some good lines of sight, and when the attackers have apparently gained the control of it, they would just immediately detonate it and just fall back to the particular set. That's maybe the proper way of how they're going to use the Vulcan shields. With that keeping in mind, the action phase will commence as we see Seth with the Ash, the G36C assault rifle is going to head on to the roof, and hopefully apparently he's going to use his breaching charges to open up the hatches, or she might just vault in from the skylight to make sure that they could have a good amount of access.
Wall secured.
Anyway, coming back to the point at hand, unfortunately, Baba Gusta had to take a little second from the looks of things. As the drones are going to come out from the side of Red Vipers, they need to find where these defenders are sitting. On the room, of course, Drish is sitting on top floor as some explosives are going to go off. I'm not sure if that was one of the Goyo shields. Drish, in the meanwhile, has been droned out. He's going to fall back as Piano has been taken care of from the side, excuse me, from the side of Red Vipers on the attack. Verticality is probably being established unless, no, Rain has used up a C4, but Ronnie's going to find one, and he's going to get refragged onto instantly as bodies have begun to fall. 4v4 between both teams. Red Vipers, they are in the round lead, and they do not want to give this up whatsoever. Dizzy, inside of bathroom, the man is in a potential power position right now, as if the attackers come his way and they don't know where he is, he could turn this into a very big advantage for Nat. In the meanwhile, Anaconda is going to drop down onto pillars, join Sean for the push into side, and looks like they're going to be trying to breach the library wall, excuse me. But unfortunately, that is me jammed, so the summer breaches will not be going off for the time being. Seth Just waiting on somebody to peek from that white corridor. He knows someone's there, but Rain's going to go down in the meanwhile, and Sean will take him out. Nice and quickly. There goes another one. Seth with the kill. Dizzy takes that fall, unfortunately, meaning that there's only Haveli and Drish remaining for the side of Nat. And there goes one more, which leaves the Goyo last man standing. He finds one, but he needs to find three more, all three of which are below him in sight. He's going to go in, but dropping that hatch, unfortunately, was not the play. Asterix was waiting for something like that to happen. He knew the hatch was open. He knew the rotate was potentially in play, and there we go. Here's the Goyo come down and takes the kill, as we'll see that in the ACT Fibernet instant replay, ladies and gentlemen. A beautiful round coming out from Red Vipers, taking kill after kill after kill, and pushing it aside as quickly as possible. 6-3 is the scoreline. Match point has been secured as third for Bar and Cocktail Lounge is the side of choice coming out from Nat.
Well, looks like Team Red Vipers have got it under control, winning 2 rounds of attack on round 8 and round 9. We do see Nat in a difficult position. They need 3 more rounds to equalize the round against Team Red Vipers, and hopefully they could put this match to overtime. We do see Kurosaki going with the 6th pick, changing from the Capitao to the Iana. Instead of using the crossbow bolts, he's going to use the Gemini replicator, followed up with those frag grenades, hopefully to get those perfect intels and convert those intel into kills. As we take a look at it in the scoreboard, we see Kurosaki with a total of 11 kills, as Drish and Roni, the GSG9 brothers, will be in 7 kills, 7 to 7. With that keeping in mind, Red Vipers in match point, all Red Vipers need to do is to crumble their defense of the third floor bar, especially the piano room, and make sure that they take out their first line of defense. And hopefully we don't see the 5-man drop coming in right from the red stairs hatch. So maybe we might be able to see some repel game coming in. Yes, I do know for the fact that Nomad is banned on the side of attackers, but no, you do still have the claymores. You could, however, place at least 1 or 2 claymores. You do have the Zofia with the claymores. You have actually the only operator who has the claymore would be none other than Asterix. So with Asterix having the claymore, he can be able to at least place one of them either on the red stairs window or on the other thing. So yeah, actually, Zofia doesn't have the claymore. I just realized that. Apparently she has the breaching charge, quite interestingly. But yeah, with the attackers not having any claymores, the defenders have a chance to go for a possible run out here, unless if they do know, of course. With Nat deciding to play the patience game here, with the Haveli playing in the Shaiko spot, hoping to find at least one of the players who are holding in an angle right on the side of roof. And looks like Red Vipers, they are actually thinking of doing it the same thing yet again. I mean, I do see 3 of the players thinking of going upstairs, and never mind, they actually are going to repel, one of them being the Iana, I believe, trying to take out the bandit charges, followed up with Ace using his Selma breaches to open up the walls of the piano window. Meanwhile, we do see DZ eliminating Seth with a perfect great headshot coming in right from the repel window as he eliminates one, but decides to fall back as Asterix takes another one, eliminating Drish, who was apparently holding in from the cigar launch. Great use of bullet holes being used here from DZ. Maybe he might be able to find the repel coming in from the attackers, as Asterix will be able to find another one, eliminating Haveli too, who was in the Shaiko position, holding the angle from the skylight. Actually, make that another one. Asterix is hopping off, eliminating Rain too, and that too, he's apparently in the pillars already. Nat's defense is about to crumble here, ladies and gentlemen. With Roni and DZ all by themselves, they need to figure out exactly the push on the side of attackers. Roni finding out one, but doesn't get the connect just yet, so he decides to fall back, eliminating the Zofia, making it a 2v3 situation. They can be able to salvage this one out, the side being on third floor bar with a great use of prefast coming in from DC, but will get caught by the Ashes crossfire, leading to Roni all by himself. He needs to figure this one out right away. He needs to find 3 players as Anaconda starts punching in the desert. Kurosaki gets down and gets confirmed by Roni as he gets the double kill. But with that post plant, will it be able to happen with already one of the players holding in from Skylight? Sledge exactly finds out the location, and he's going to eliminate it with Red Vipers winning round 10 on attack, as they will secure their win against Team Nat on Map Cafe Dostoyevsky. What great attack plays that we'd get to witness from Red Vipers, and great defense on the first half too.
An absolutely amazing game coming out from Red Vipers. They had their fair share of mistakes, ladies and gentlemen, and they definitely need to clean up on that particular push that they tried to make for a couple of rounds, which was pushing everyone and everything into one particular region of sight. I know I did the boy hand a couple of times right there, but there's really only so much I can do to sort of articulate what I'm trying to say here. The point is, both Nat and Red Vipers had this idea in their head of pushing into the one region where everything seemed to fall through. And while it did fall through in those particular areas, it's not going to happen every time. If either team decided to play the meta right there and just sit back, relax, then, well, that would have been game. That would have been a bunch of operator bodies dropping. And unfortunately, that's not what happened. So we got to see a pretty interesting game, a fairly different game than what we get to see, as we'll go over what happened for the most part in these rounds in some of the highlights of the match that we'll see in the Relive the Moment, ladies and gentlemen. And it was definitely an amazing game for Red Vipers for the most part. Nat gave their all. Unfortunately, it was not to be for them, as Red Vipers started out pretty strong on the defense as well. Round 1 went to them. An interesting 6-pick from Nat, bringing in Blitz, an operator you don't get to see too often, and an operator I suspect we won't be seeing often anymore, given the recent guard break changes. But I digress, of course. It's only been so long since that update has dropped. Coming off to round 2, this was a very odd round, as Nat were down by two attackers, Two of the team members had an unfortunate power issue, as that forced them out of the game without a rehost call. And even then, as we see the Zofia making this beautiful push in through code check, managing to get a triple, and a very important triple that was. An absolutely beautiful round coming out from the side of Nat to take round 2. Unfortunately, they could not continue that same streak of aggressive round winning, as in round 3 we saw the diffuser drop on the main bakery when the IQ pushed in, of course, and that was what Red Vipers capitalized on, holding onto that diffuser until the end of the round, where all the bodies had dropped. Coming to round 4, this was yet another Red Vipers defensive round, as they just kept taking just gunshot after gunfight after gunfight. These shots in particular, Kurosaki, my man on the Wamai, did not stop today. He was out to punish Nat for their mistakes, and he did. There were 2 shots in there, and oh boy, this was these shots, man. These shots, I have to give it to him. You love to see it, as round 4, round 5, both of them went the way of defense.
I mean, as we did progress to round 6, we did see Team Nat winning on first floor kitchen, and also they did it in a post-plant situation, which led to Castle all by himself. He was in a 1v5 situation. It was almost about to be a flawless round for them, but the Castle was there to eliminate the ace, but the instant refrag immediately came in from Nat, making it a 4v2. So since they did, however, win 2 rounds on attack, Nat on the second half, maybe they could have been able to, equalize this one out, and in which we actually did see them, especially on round 7, third floor bar. We did see some, quite interesting plays that Jack actually did get to mention it. The entire team of Red Vipers decides to just jump out of the hatch on the red stairs and just starts pushing in the attackers with well-placed, angles right from the piano as well as the cigar entrance, making sure that they would get those kills as best as they can, and in which they actually did, eliminating the entire team of Red Vipers. And then you get to see on round 8, Red Vipers, they started making some methodical plays, to be honest. Instead of pushing into the side directly, they decides to clear the third floor and second floor instantaneously by opening up the hatches, getting down, using the drones to their fullest potential, making sure that there weren't any rumors presence being detected on the side of Team Nat, and they just proceed to using the hard breach works to open up the walls on the yellow stairs and get into the side as best as possible. And also, how can I forget about the hard breaches, the sledge in which he used to open up the floors on Train Museum to get line of sight. Now, in when they were defending on second floor reading, that was quite it was really sad because most of the time it was Goyo all by himself. Even with them getting one kill, it wasn't more than enough. He did, however, fall back in which the attackers already had the control of the site, and then we get to witness the last round on round 10, where the plant was already been done, and Roni, he was apparently all by himself. He need to find out the total of 3 players. One was already in the skylight in which Sledge was. He gets the final kill, and Red Vipers wins against Nat on map Cafe Dostoevsky. All in all, looks like Nat had a lot of problems dealing it, to be honest, especially uh, on defense. On the first floor kitchen, they left the entire control of Train Museum in the hands to them. Although I do have to understand why. Most of the time when Red Vipers were on defense, they used to get a lot of early picks, in which Nat did not had any other choice but to hunt for the roamers first so that they could be able to get to the site way much more faster, and which they could not. And that's the reason why Red Vipers took advantage of it, and they actually did win most of the rounds. So yeah, all in all, a good performance from Red Vipers. But for Team Nat, I hope they could revisit the walls, check what kind of mistakes that they've been doing, and hopefully they won't be able to make that mistakes again.
Absolutely. It was a interesting match to say the least, and we do hope both Nat and Red Vipers, even if RV did win, they made their fair share of mistakes that going forward other teams will not allow them to get away with. So we do hope they come back, revisit this VOD, and make sure to correct their mistakes, improve as they go along. That is, of course, the spice of competitive Rainbow Six, ladies and gentlemen. As we'll be taking a quick break and we'll be coming back with more matches. Oh, okay. We'll be taking a. Okay. No, that's. I do apologize right there. I was about to roll BRB, but turns out it's not quite there yet. So, the point that we were talking about, excuse me, right there, is Red Vipers versus Nat, right? The match that just happened. Baba
Yep.
articulated it pretty well about how these mistakes were made. They tried to get into one place all the time. They tried to sort of force a push instead of working around the utilities of the defenders. Red Vipers, when they were attacking, they did that more than Nat did, of course. Nat were mostly trying to play around the massive amounts of utility that Red Vipers were bringing out, as that was definitely something that Nat needs to, just look into. They played the utility, but they didn't play it well enough. They weren't ready for that massive amount of aggression that Red Vipers were going to bring out. You normally, when you see utility breaching, like utility usage like that, excuse me, like that, you think that the defenders would be just sitting back and relaxing behind all of those shields and whatnot, but Red Vipers, they weren't content with that. They wanted to go aggressive, and they did. And Nat were able to take a couple of rounds. Unfortunately, they were not able to. And we'll be, looking forward to seeing how these two teams improve as we go along. In not just this season, of course, in future seasons with relegations and promotions and MVPs and all the like in play for all of our viewers at home, and for all of our players, excuse me, right there, in the league as well. As in just a quick moment, we will have another match on stream for all of our viewers at home. And from what I'm hearing, it is Nat versus Dauntless Esports. So it looks like Nat is coming back on stream for all of our viewers to see. And who knows, maybe going forward from this game, they will be a little weary, of course, seeing as they've just played a rather tough game. But against Dauntless Esports, they might be able to pull off some of those corrections that we were talking about and give themselves a better position and a better chance of winning these rounds. Speaking of which, Baba, Dauntless Esports, it's been a while since we've seen them on stream, hasn't it?
I mean, Yeah, I mean, it's actually, I'm quite excited for Dauntless Esports. I mean, we actually did not find any Dauntless Esports match even on the qualifier stages, too. So, most probably, we might be able to see some, greatest changes or a few roster changes that might surprise us out of nowhere, Jack, because we did see Dauntless Esports performing quite well on recent matches. So, hopefully, they can be able to take out Nat, in which we actually did. I mean, it's. No offense, but since Nat did not, however, perform quite well against Red Vipers on Cafe, especially on round 3 when they were defending on first floor kitchen, DZ had control of the diffuser. It would have been better if he was with his teammates. Unfortunately, with the IQ being down, all defenders had to do was to just hold in. And there was a little bit of a communication gap that led mm, that actually led Nat having a lot of problems. So hopefully, if they could fix some of the communication issues, I'm not trying to be mean here, but Nat, they almost had a chance here, even with the second round that we'd get to witness. Drish with an impressive 3K in his hand, eliminating the entire team of Red Vipers by surprise. I actually did have a hope for Nat. They are quite struggling most of the times where. Sometimes they perform well on attack, and then sometimes they don't perform quite they don't start performing well on the side of defense. But hopefully, with the second match that we do get to witness against Dauntless Esports, we might be able to see some major changes, hopefully some different maps. Rather than taking Cafe Dostoevsky, maybe a map like Coastline or Oregon might do the trick, because Coastline is more of like a frag fest mania, as I would like to call it, because in all they need to do is that they don't require a Thatcher to throw those EMPs out, because you don't have unnecessary walls to open up walls, at least to make lines of sight, except if the defenders try to hold on from second floor penthouse. But other than that, you know, Coastline, maybe we might be able to, maybe Nat might have a chance against Team Red Vipers, but uh, I'll actually get to see, because Dauntless Esports, they might be able to get their win against Nat. It's just that it's quite confusing. I mean, it's very confusing, Jack. But yeah, if I have to go for it, I do have some hope for Nat, so I'm definitely going for Nat. If Yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll find out whether or not, excuse me, Nat is able to make any changes and adjustments, the positive adjustments, of course, going forward with the game against Dauntless Esports, ladies and gentlemen. But we'll find that out when we get to that. Speaking of which, Baba, you were mentioning Dauntless Esports doing well. I actually had to go back on my notes right here to just refresh my memory a little bit. And Dauntless Esports, when they last played, they played Love Bomb on Clubhouse, and that was a game that Dauntless Esports went 7-1 up. A very dominating performance against Love Bomb, who, I mean, they've had better days, of course, before, but still, they're not a team you want to take lightly. We've seen that before, but Dauntless, they were able to make a great play against that team. And coming into their match today, they'll be looking to make some waves. Who knows, they might just be able to, and we will find out as soon as, of course, that match goes live, which will be in just a little bit of time. We'll be taking a quick break before we get back with the match, and we will see you on the other side. Stay tuned. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD BLACK Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft and in association with ACT Fibernet and AFK Gaming. I'm your host, Blackjack. Joining me is my co-host, Baba Gusta, and our admin Fox. As we are here for the second game of the night, Dauntless Esports taking on NAT. And it's going to be a very interesting set of matches, a set of rounds coming up on our screens. As Dauntless Esports, the last time we saw them on stream was last week, where they went 7-1 against Team Love Bomb. While on the other end, NAT, of course, we just saw them play against Red Vipers. An unfortunate showing from NAT as they were taken down 3-7, Red Vipers taking Cafe Dostoevsky. It's a new match, however, on a new time of the day, and it is Oregon that we will be visiting from the side of these teams, coming to one of the most played matches already in this first season of the TEC Pro League. And with all that being said, we've got the ready confirmation coming in from the side of Dauntless Esports, and we're just waiting on Nat to give us a ready confirmation as well, as this should be a very, very interesting match coming up. But before that, Baba, how do you feel about this match we've got on hand?
Well, looking at the match at hand, Nat going up against Dauntless Esports, we did see them going up against Red Vipers in the previous matchup on map Cafe Dostoevsky. I would say it definitely wasn't that good day for them. We actually did see Drish and DZ making those important plays, getting around 2 wins on attack and 1 win on defense, but it wasn't more than enough. But hopefully, going up against Dauntless Esports and on a map like Oregon, maybe there might be a redemption story coming in on the side of Team Nat, and hopefully, I would do love to see that redemption going, the redemption story keep moving.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be an interesting set of match, interesting match coming up, ladies and gentlemen. I keep messing that up today for whatever reason. But, of course, the match will be live in just a quick moment between Dauntless Esports and Nat on the map of Oregon, which is going to be a very, very good match. At least that's what we hope for right now. You know, a 7-3 is all nice and good, but an overtime match point on round 15, that's what we're here to see. As the match will be live right now on your screens, ladies and gentlemen, in the ban phase already, as Nat are the ones defending and Dauntless Esports are the ones attacking. Nat will have the chance to ban anybody, and they will ban Thatcher. Another day, another Thatcher ban, as the old man from the SAS is going to be warming up those benches even more. At this point, those benches are boiling hot, I'd say, and the man needs to get out them soon, but who knows, maybe tomorrow, as Montaigne will be banned on the second attacker slot, taking out the shield from the French GIGN. Dauntless Esports are going to have the first defender banned of the map as the timer ticks down. It is Mira. No surprises in these bans right here so far. Thatcher, Montaigne, Mira, you pretty much expect bans like these to come out, and who knows, but with Nat having the last ban, they might just ban Clash and keep Womai in play. They will actually ban Maestro instead, interestingly enough, and keep the Womai and the Clash in play for the side of the defense, mind you. Maestro is a pretty powerful operator with the Alda and the Evil Eyes, and of course his Bailiff secondary and impact grenades, capable of making many rotates very quickly. That man is a very dangerous operator to go up against. That's why he will face the ban wave today. But with all that being said, the bans have been taken care of. Thatcher, Montaigne, Mira, and Maestro are the bans tonight. And let's have a quick look at the rosters from the side of both of these teams. From the side of Dauntless Esports, we've got a Vidwi, Bang, Boom, Hussein, and Tactical Dada. It's a very interesting one for me personally. As from the side of Nat, we've got Drish, Roni the Same, Paveli, Rain, and Dizzy. A sixth pick comes out of the Blitz into the Ash from Boom, as second floor dorms will be the side of choice in round 1.
Use as many bombs as they can. Deploying jammer. 80 seconds, ready to go.
All right, round 1 is going to be underway, and we're going to see a fairly standard setup coming out from the side of Nat's defense. Nothing too special right here. We've got the smoke in play once again from Drish, as we've got the Goyo. Goyo will be in play from Rain as well. This is an interesting one. You see Goyo in play quite a bit, with so many deployable shields being put up to use from the side of Nat, as they will be looking to hide behind a little bit of utility as it goes. You know, Oregon matches, nothing too particularly special. Drish tried to go for a one-tap on spawn. Of course, he didn't see anybody. That was just a randomly fired bullet. He's going to fall back into side quickly, and he will do exactly that, as a bandit battery from Roni the Simp will electrify one of those shields. And at this point, it's a guessing game. Are you facing a Goyo shield or are you facing a regular one? There's three of them facing the same area, but this is going to go down first. Boom takes the kill, as that is your roamer, the Jaeger, off the board for the side of Nat. They've lost an early one, and that could have also been from the attic window, mind you. Boom was busy watching that, but Haveli's going to find one, taking down Hussein. That is the Zofia off the board. Vidvi's going to make his way into Armory Hallway. In the meanwhile, he's going to get spotted for his trouble. As vertical lenses are being established, Bang's going to take a bit of damage right there from the shotgun shells from above, as both teams are playing a little aggressive, a little early. As more shots are fired, Drish is going to take some damage. Roni the Simp and Haveli both are low, mind you, but Roni still wants to go for this. He'll see the Maverick tag him up a little bit, but he has to fall back, and he will in time, as this is looking once again, like emphasis on one spot is the play from both teams. Summer breaches are going to go off. Roni can't stop this, as Avidvi is going to take some damage in the meanwhile. He's got to be careful. So has Roni the Simp, because the position he's at right now, he could be compromised very easily. Avidvi takes even more damage, making that rotate out of bedroom, as Bang's going to find one onto Haveli. Shots are being fired all over the place as the air jab will go off. Not sure where in the map that was, but Roni is still playing outside a tower. Rain's going to come up white stairs in the meanwhile. Interestingly enough, will he see one? There's somebody outside of the bedroom window, mind you. The Goyo with the Vector, he could find somebody out there if he goes for a peek at the right moment. Drish in the meanwhile is going to shut down Boom. Beautiful shot from the SMG, and I believe Rain has been spotted. Avidvi is going to go down in the meanwhile. He hasn't been taken out just yet, but Tactical is going to go down as well. That's both hard breaches down, but not out for the time being. As there we go, the kill will be confirmed from the bandit. Roni the Sim takes one, as Vidvi will be left to bleed out, leaving Bang, the last one standing outside of the big dorm's window. He's flashed one, does a bit of damage to Rain, but he can't get the kill, at least not now, leaving him in a very terrible position. He's going for the revive onto Vidvi. We're able to do that nice and quickly, but with less than 20 seconds remaining, there's only so much that both sides can do, and there's a drop from Drish, as he will get one, but get refragged onto instantly, and leaving it in a 1v2, and only 10 seconds remaining. He's got his primary out, he's got to get the kill, but the Vector will peek, and Rain will finish it off for the side of Nat. Very messy first round on second floor dorms, ladies and gentlemen, but it was a round that went the way of the defense. Nat held on against all odds, as they will go 1-0 up in round two.
Well, Nat winning on round one, second floor kids, in quite a great fashion there. We did get to see the the run out which came in from Dish, as he just waltz in from the window of second floor kids using the SMG-11, eliminating Tactical Dada, who was apparently playing as the ace, but could not get the final person there. But unfortunately, with that, I believe Dauntless Esports winning that first round, we are going to be able to see a 6-pick coming in from both the teams, as we see a Kaid and the Zofia being in play. I mean, you actually did see Hussein using the 6-pick to change from the Zofia to Zofia, and the site will be on basement laundry. Now, we do see a total of 2 hard breaches, with the Maverick and Tactical Dada with the Ace. Now, according to the ban phase that we get to witness, we do see a Thatcher and a Montaigne being banned, so there may be higher chances of going for a Hibana, because, you know, you have those Skyro spellers, you can be able to open up the hatch without being any problem, and that's where the Kaid comes into place, and that's why Haveli is playing him, because his Electrocross will be able to deny any hard breaches being used on the hatches of the meeting room or at the freezer hatch. With that keeping in mind, action phase will be in play. We're going to see some interesting deployable shield right on the laundry as he just vaulted in. I think I'm hoping to get a shot here, but Hussein, he's already inside the basement, actually from the bunk. He's going to find one, but instant frag comes in, eliminating the Ash, and DZ, he is actually going to go aggressive, getting a double kill as he eliminates Hussein, but the ace will be there to eliminate DZ's aggressive terror as he will shut down the Jaeger. And also Rooney is also being taken down too, which would make the man count equalized. And with that, Haveli pushing in from the blue bunker, making sure that he gets the control as best as possible. But does he know that the ace is playing also very close on the basement entrance? He actually sees it from the donut, takes it out, gets a double kill, make that a triple kill. Tactical Dada is making some plays here on the side of Dauntless Esports, and he just needs to find one more player in which he is playing on the side of Freezer Room. Drish with the SMG-11, he needs to make all of his shot count, and with the SMG-11 with only 17 bullets, doesn't see the Maverick in the boiler room, which gives Dauntless Esports winning round 2 on attack on basement laundry. As we take a look at it in ACT Fabrinet's instant replay, what a plays from Tactical Dada. 3 kills with the Ace AK primary weapon, taking down DZ2, in which DZ, he was quite aggressive, eliminating the Ash and also the Zofia, giving them the control on the blue bunker, and then instantly goes to the attackers with Tactical Dada using the drone to his advantage, making sure that there won't be any aggressive pushes coming in from the NAT, from Dauntless Esports, and they did exactly that. As we see a equalized scoreline from Dauntless Esports as we proceed to round 3. Basement Laundry is going to be the side yet again. 1-1 will be the scoreline.
Dauntless taking round 2 on a basement laundry very well right there, especially the ace Tactical Dada taking those kills with that very, very powerful AK-12 assault rifle. As looks like we're gonna have a bit of a setup coming out here from the Goyo, with Rain putting down his shield facing the blue bunker entryway. That's gonna provide them cover, and the soft wall is gonna give them angles to shoot through, which will be interesting to say the least coming out from Nat. As another interesting thing that I've just noted is Rain, playing Goyo, decides not to bring the C4. He's brought out the proximity alarms instead. Interesting decision right there from the man, but I can't blame him. Proxy alarms are a pretty powerful gadget, as Haveli in the meanwhile is trying to figure out how far he can throw the Electro Claw from the hatch and get away with distance being used. Kaid is in play, of course, coming out from the side of Nat. No surprises right there. You want to make sure those hatches are reinforced at the very least, because when it comes to Oregon's basement defense, hatches are an important turn of the round, especially if the hatches are controlled by the attackers in all sense of the word. Meanwhile, looks like there's a blue bunker push coming out from the side of the attack. Dauntless Esports wants to make this take once again. We've got Hussein already in here, as a little bit of a line of sight has been opened. He's got to be careful. Gas canisters are going to go out, but with the shots being fired, stopping the ace from coming in, he's still peeking, but Dizzy will take that one, as Dizzy will, Dizzy takes one, but he gets refragged onto by Boom instantly, as Hussein, interestingly enough, is just hiding in the smoke, chilling, just as he were. Boom is gonna drone him in with his drones coming in from the boiler room area. He spotted Rain sitting on the stairs, but that's not gonna help Avidvi as a Vector chimes out and finds another kill for the defenders. Nat are looking strong right now, as they've taken 2 very important kills from the side of the attack. Bang, pushing down the back stairs right now. He's got to be careful not only of the boiler room pillar, but somebody playing right below him underneath the stairs in the Harry Potter spot, as gas canisters are coming off from the smoke. Drish is holding off the push from the side of the attack as Rain comes up with one more. Boom will fall. It's a double kill for the Vector, but will Drish find one? No, he won't. Rain is still holding underneath the stairs. He might just find the Nomad, unless, of course, Hussein pushes up in time. Will he be able to? No, he won't. Rain manages to dodge those shots, as he will be taken down by the Nomad jumping down, but there's Drish after finding Hussein, finds Bang as well, and just a little bit of a shake of the head at that mess made at the bottom of the stairs. As we'll see in the ACT Fibernet instant replay right there, ladies and gentlemen. Round 4 will be in play after, once again, a bit of a messy round from both teams, but round 3 going the way of Nat puts them in the lead. 2-1 is the scoreline going into round 4 on second floor dorms and dorms main hall.
Well, with Nat gaining the lead on defense, we're going to be seeing them defending on second floor kids yet again. And hopefully, we might be able to see Nat making some important plays here with some great Vector SMG plays being introduced from Rain as he eliminates 2 of those players and come who were apparently pushing in from the blue bunker. Couldn't handle the Nomad who who apparently vaulted in from the blue stairs right at the Harry Potter, hoping to take out the Goyo, but an instant trader comes in from the smoke, using the SMG-11 to its full potential, eliminating him, getting the win. As we proceed to round 4, second floor kid's going to be the site. Quite an interesting reinforcements being done on the side of the defense, especially 1 reinforcements on the trophy wall and 1 reinforcements being made on the kids, I believe. Actually, no, it's actually 2 of the walls will be reinforced on the kids, and it will be followed up with the bandage charges to make sure that the trick won't happen. Keeping that in mind, the Thatcher won't be in play. It shouldn't be that much of a problem for the attackers to take out those bandage charges, because all you have to do is go towards the meeting hall. There is a soft wall in which you can be able to take out those bandage charges. It shouldn't be a problem, and they can be able to open up the attics without having much of a hassle there. With that keeping in mind, we do see Maverick with his breaching torches as he will drone out, find out if there is any roamer's presence being detected on the big tower stairs. They will enter with the Bang making cover, making sure that the flanks won't come in on the side of the defense. Well, Tactical Dada with the ace yet again. He's just waiting to make sure that the bandit charges will be destroyed so he can decide to take out. But Rish, quite interestingly, could not find out where exactly was that headshot. But I guess that was a long range with the SMG-11 eliminating the Ash already. Dauntless Esports is facing a lot of troubles with Nat defense here. The Maverick decides to use a breaching charge to make a little bit of circle, followed up with a frag grenade to take out the bandit charges, and Ace will be there to use his Selma breaches to open up the walls of Attic, giving them the access. And quite interestingly, Dauntless Esports, they decides to go for a full push on towards the Attic. Well, smoke, gas canisters, and the Goyo's Vulcan shield will be detonated as DC will be able to find out yet another one. That is Bang being eliminated. And already the man count has been decreasing on the side of Dauntless Esports, but maybe we do see a Vid eliminating Drish. Also, Haveli having quite a little bit of HP might be able to salvage this round out. Actually, he won't. Roni eliminating Tactical Dada, who's apparently pushing in from the attic as Haveli is prepped with his impact nade. He's just waiting for the push from the attic to come in so that he can be able to make that angle being placed from both the trophy and the side. But Avid going very aggressive, is already in the side, decides to go for the plant, does not know the exact intel on where it is, and neither the cover from the attackers. This is very risky here with Haveli playing on the bedrooms. Actually, yes, from the master bedroom, and the bandit decides to do the heavy flank. Ronnie will be detected from the Nomad's air jabs, but Rain, on the other hand, eliminates Hussein, who was apparently rappelling in, and also the Maverick being eliminated. Nat winning round 4 on defense with an excellent play, with the Goya. I do have to apologize. I just mixed play with the prey. You know, the spray and pray, as we like to call it, with the Vector SMG, because most of the time it's very difficult to get those kills, knowing the fact that Vector has a moderate damage and a high fire rate. Only the best one can be able to master that weapon, and excitingly, we do see him winning it out. Nat again winning round 4 on second floor kids. As we proceed to round 5, first floor meeting is going to be the site.
So far, this match has been a shot-for-shot recreation of what we saw in Cafe versus Red Vipers, ladies and gentlemen. Nat, however, are in the lead this time as Dauntless Esports are making those mistakes As in, the push from them is a little all over the place. They spread themselves a little too thin, and when needed the most, they're not covering for each other, as they will need to try and pick up on these little bits and pieces here and there that they are struggling on if they want to win this game. They still have the time, mind you. Nat doesn't have too many rounds on them, and 2 rounds is something that they can make up right here, right now, go into defense 3-3, and then give themselves a good chance of winning this match. With all of that being said, Dauntless, if they keep playing the way they did just a little while ago, then unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, it's not about to happen. But again, like we said, we will find out when with the match going forward from here. Standard stuff coming out from Nat, nothing too particularly special, shall we say. The site itself is, of course, on the first floor. Kitchen and meeting, from the looks of things. Meeting, a site that we see played a lot, and I would say it's played more than it should be, given the fact that defenders, excuse me, have less of a chance, excuse me, of getting in there and getting the victory. But then again, knowing Dauntless Esports, they might be able to pull something off here, unless Nat has other ideas in their heads. They've got the castle in play from Rain this time around, who is still making those rotates as Tactical Dada thinks that there might be a Valkyrie or something of that accord. He was looking for something, presumably a camera outside, but right now there's a second floor push coming in as Hussein is going to walk into Trophy alongside a couple of his friends. Shots are going to be fired. That was Drish, or was it Dizzy? That was Dizzy, excuse me, who is taking care of those drones. Drish is just sitting here. He has been spotted. Will he find one? No, not quite, but he will still get the kill as Hussein will fall. Dizzy's going to find one more. A Vidwi drops. And that's a couple of very early kills, leaving Tactical Dada, the last one, up on second floor. He might just find himself facing some resistance right now. He's coming in. He knows where the Jaeger is, as an air jump will go off from the Nomad in the meanwhile. He finds one. That's beautifully done to take down Drish, but will he be able to take down Dizzy as well? The Kaid peeking the angle through Dorm's door, mind you. The drone throw, of course, is just bait, but no, there's somebody else that they have to worry about, and that's the castle. Rain comes in, finds 2 as Tactical, and of course, Bang will go down, leaving Boom the last one standing, ladies and gentlemen. Nat have taken the side of Dauntless up on this challenge, and so far they have shown them up for everything, as the Ash, Boom, trying to push second floor. Is he gonna find the Kaid? Ooh, barely does. The headshot connects, but Boom is very low on HP. Throws out a flashbang to make sure nobody's holding on the diffuser. He's gonna have to recover it. There we go. Nice and quickly, as the man is caught in a very, very unfortunate situation. Peeking, meeting hatch right now, trying to find somebody playing vertical. He's not going to be able to, because the defenders are not exposed to these angles, except for, of course, the Legion Haveli playing by the benches to just below the hatch, excuse me, to the left of the hatch. But no, it's Roni that Simply's got to worry about, and that is the Bandit taking the kill. Peeking hatch, playing vertical, very brave right there from the man, as he will take the kill on 2. The last attacker standing, as Nat continue their run of domination so far. Round 5 goes to them, and round 6 will see us in a 4-1 scoreline to the favor of the defenders, as we head back to basement laundry and supply room.
Well, round 6, the side being on basement laundry, we do see some impressive plays coming in from Team Nat, especially Rain with those UMP plays, and Haveli with the Kaid. As we see a 6 play coming in, the Goyo has been switched to the smoke, so those smoke gas canisters will prove to be quite effective. We do have the Jaeger and the Vumai combo to make sure that the particular player who's holding in from the blue bunker will not have to worry about all of the flashbangs or any utilities being thrown out from the attackers, so that they could be able to hold down the angle with the deployable shield still being intact. Now, keeping in mind, we do have quite a lot of the attackers on the side of Dauntless Esports. We have the Maverick with the breaching torches. We have the Nomad, the Air Jazz, which should prove to be quite effective, especially Roni, who was apparently does most of the roaming duty. We actually did see him on round 3, I believe, when they were defending on basement laundry, in which actually it wasn't on basement laundry, it was on the uh, second floor kids, in which Ronnie decides to go for a long flank from the armory stairs to the big tower stairs, in which there was a nomad gadget being used. With that, let's just with that keeping in mind, we'll just progress to round 6. For Dauntless Esports, this will be their last round of defense. It looks like DZ wants to make sure that he will get it, eliminating Hassan already. The Hussein was apparently pushing in quite aggressively. DZ will be able to capitalize yet again. Rain making a huge mistake of pushing in as Tactical Dada eliminates Rain. DZ thinking of going for the peak yet again, but really needs to be careful here because he is in low HP. And Roni, just as I was talking about it, he wants to be aggressive here. With the electrical being used to make sure that the deployable shield is electrified, it's quite smart because you do have the Aces thermal breaches that have the possibility to take out this deployable shield, and that electrical will make sure that does not happen. Since the Kaid gets the control and that Ash's breaching charge being denied from the Electro Claws, Haveli has a big opportunity here with Tactical Data taking quite a lot of damage. Does he know the Ash pushes in quite aggressively? No, he does not. Eliminating the Kaid will give them the access towards the basement laundry. The only problem is they don't have the exact intel on where exactly this positioning is. Looks like Drish will be able to find out yet another one. Avid is down. And already the score count is equal. Actually, the man count is equalized with Roni apparently holding in all by himself on the basement laundry. Does he see the push coming in? No, he does not. DZ with yet another double kill. He does not see the kill yet again, but Dresh is here to the rescue, eliminating Tactical Dada, which leads to Bang all by himself. He's in the big tower and he needs to find 3 of these players here. He still has a chance, mind you. DZ and Dresh with a lot of damage, and she has the flashbangs in her hand, in which she can be able to at least blind one player and take out the other 2 players. 55 seconds left. Bang does not have any air jabs left. She has to trust on her ARX primary rifle, but Roni will be there to get that instant headshot, eliminating Bang. Nat with an impressive defense hold, winning round 6 on basement laundry. As we take a look at it in ACT Fibernet's instant replay, all they had to do was to hold the aggression that Dauntless Esports was giving, and they did exactly that, especially Hussein, who went out quite early, pushing in from the bunker, thinking that he would find at least the upper hand, because most of the time you do see some of the defenders either reinforcing or making some rotation holes, and in the action phase Hussein thought he could have got one, but unfortunately he did not, giving the early advantage to them. As we proceed to round 7, role swap, we do see Nat on attack with Ronnie the Sim picking the Dokebi. The calls might be very useful here as the 6 pick comes in as Tactical Dada changes from the Legion to the Kaid.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Kaid will be in play as basement will be the side of choice coming out from Dauntless Esports. I do remember that I mentioned a couple rounds ago that this match so far has been a shot-for-shot recreation. Well, this is where it diverges, because right now Nat have taken 5 rounds on defense. Sure, it may be Oregon, a fairly defender-centered map in its own right, but it also speaks to Nat's skill and how well they can play when given the right conditions. I mean, sure, Red Vipers were putting them out of their comfort zone quite a bit, pushing them out of the utility that they were trying to play with, and Dauntless, unfortunately, have not been able to do the same, which means that Nat has been able to take advantage of all of that utility coming in their favor, coming in clutch when they really needed it to. But with Dauntless Esports now on defense going into round 7, things could change as they have brought out a lot of utility. But no, Rain is going to start things out by taking a kill, and there's already a push down the main stairs. Dizzy, he's coming down strong. Ash shots are going to be fired. Running at the same time, Rain take a bit of damage, and the Ash will go down. That's a little unfortunate right there. Looks like the main stairs rush didn't work out as Rain and Drish have fallen in the meanwhile. What just happened right there? Roni's trying to get in there, but the flashbang doesn't work, and he will go down with diffuser in sight. And that leaves Haveli, the last one standing. 4 attackers trying to push down the main stairs. A rush that was completely stopped dead in its tracks. Nat got way too comfortable with this situation that they have for themselves right now, and they unfortunately were far too lenient going into this round, thinking that they could probably take it quickly. However, like we said before, Dauntless Esports, you do not want to underestimate them, as they have only lost one, and that is Boom. As now shots are being fired, Haveli, he's just gonna fall back up. He's just caught in the main stairs. There's a flank coming up from white stairs, I presume. And there's shots coming out from the main hallway corridor. He will find one head. That's a beautiful one, making it a 1v3. Hussein has dropped. Pushing through the main stairs door right now, Haveli trying to clutch this out for his team. He's going to peek in wide. He sees the head of one, but he won't be able to take the kill. He's caught in a corner, and there we go. Bang will finish him off. That is the Goyo with the Vector to take the kill. A very unfortunate round coming out from Dauntless Esports right there, as round 7 will go the way of, Dauntless Esports. A very unfortunate round for Nat coming out right there. They tried to rush down the main stairs, tried to make things quick, but of course, it is not how you go about in competitive Rainbow Six Siege. With all of that being said, 5-2 is still the scoreline, and Nats still have a 3-round lead, and the side of the defense is going to second floor kids' dorms and dorms main hall.
Well, the rush did not quite work out well on the side of Team Nat as we proceed to round 8. Second floor kids is going to be the site with Haveli using the Capitao. His smoke bolts will be quite efficient unless and until if you don't take out the Wamai's magnet nades, which will place it in a different position where you expect not where you place it. But let's see what's going to happen as we proceed to the prep phase. We do see quite a lot of trap operators like the smoke, the Goyo, and also yet again the Jaeger for my combo, in which it makes the deployable shield way much more stronger, followed up with the Kaid, the Electroclaws. Quite sadly, we won't be able to see the bandit being in play, because most of the time taking out the bandit's charges is not that much of a challenge for the attackers. But the Electroclaws, the different placements that the Kite's Electroclaw is in will be a little bit difficult and more challenging for the attackers. The only thing it can be made easier if you have an IQ on the side of attack, but unfortunately we won't be able to see him be in play. With that keeping in mind, action phase will be in play. Quite an interesting deployable shield being placed, and that too a Vulcan shield in the attic window. Tactical Dada will be able to make a spawn peek right from the kid's window. He's just prepping, but unfortunately he's just going to be holding out for now. With quite a lot of players, two of them in the attic, one of them in the kids. Believe Avid, we opened up the hatches, which gives the access for defenders to go down, but Drish with the early kill eliminating Hussein right from the window. Make that another one. Drish with 2 kills, eliminating the Jaeger and the Wamai. Looks like both of these players of Team Dauntless Esports won't be in play as the Dukevi's call come in, knowing exactly what kind of position these guys are playing. Now is going to be a lot of problems for Team Nat here. They have those deployable shield. They can use it in their favor, but DZ is making it more difficult as he eliminates Avid. C4 comes in, not at the right timing. If it did work out, it could have gone through the trophy door, but it could not. Bang having a lot of problems, still holding on the side of Addict with Tactical Dada holding in from second floor kids. Bang, yet another kill eliminating Drish, who was apparently pushing in. This is not quite worked out. Tactical Dada, not knowing what kind of positioning DZ is, gets a double kill, which to Bang all by himself in the attic. Smoke balls being used from the Capitao, and needs to be careful here. DZ knowing where it is, he will be able to get the flick, eliminating Bang as they will win round 8 on second floor kids. My, I did not expect to see that coming, as Team Nat being very strong on the attack too as we proceed to round 9, and this will be match point for them.
Nat have come back strong from the last match, ladies and gentlemen. They have done very well to take this match the way they have so far. 6-2 is the scoreline between both teams, and of course that means that Nat are currently on the excuse me, that means Nat are currently on the Match point lead. 4 rounds in their favor. As Hussein will take a 6 pick out of the Vigil into the Valkyrie. No 6 picks coming out from the side of
Attackers need to locate
Dauntless
and defuse bombs.
Esports. As looks like they want to invest in the Capital going forward into this round. Second floor dorms is once again the site of a choice. But from the way it's been going, Dauntless Esports are going to have to try and not lose bodies early. One particular hold that the attackers did well on from the side of DE was Drish, the Zofia, on that armory corridor window. The one that was just to the right of our screen before, of course, we switched to player view. As that window being held down by the Zofia meant that nobody could cross Armory Hallway. Anybody who was roaming below, anybody inside of Armory, they couldn't cross back towards Trophy and through the site because it wouldn't have worked. There was an attacker sitting there, you know, they would have taken them down nice and quickly, and that is exactly what we got to see from the side of the attack. Shots are being fired already. Flashbangs are going off as well, as there's a lot popping off on the map right now between both sides. Nat wants to win this game, while Dauntless, they do not want to lose whatsoever. They've still got the fighting spirit. However, how much of that is going to be going their way, we'll find out in a quick minute, ladies and gentlemen, as a body has dropped in the meanwhile. Hussein has gone down in the process. The Valkyrie, we did hear the shots go off, and might have been while throwing a camera, as unfortunate for the side of Dauntless, they've lost one early. Ash playing vertical, there's a bit of damage to Boom playing that vertical. Is he going to be spotted? He might be any second now. Sees the Jaeger instead, shots are fired. And all right, excuse me right there. As Vidwi is the one to fall in the meanwhile. Boom managing to make a way out of that confrontation as the summer breach has been opened. Shots are going to be fired. Bang is going to be forced out of that position due to the firebolts coming his way to Attic. As smoke bolts come out, there's the Ash and White stairs. It's all falling in right now, but Boom's found 2. He's found 3. He's making it count for his team right now as a triple kill comes out from the Jaeger sitting in the corner. He won't get a quad though as the Sophia comes in. Drish will take that kill, leaving Bang, the last one standing, caught in a 1v2 situation. Very well done by the Jaeger to do what he did. However, now it's all down to Drish. He's trying to get the plant off to get some bit of damage from the C4 from Goyo from below. But Bang, he's now coming up white stairs. It's probably been heard out. Roni the Simp watching the angle as Drish is going to complete the plant. But no, caught throwing a flashbang as Bang will suffer those effects, mind you. But it's all down to Thresh now in a 1v2. Goyo has much more health than he does in this situation as the lifelines are going to go out. Shots will be fired any second now. And this is a situation that Bang needs to try and clutch for himself. Shots are going to be fired.
Attackers need to protect the
And
position compromised.
from the looks of things, the clutch has happened. Bang has taken the kill, and the counter defuse will come off from him as well, as Dauntless Esports will hold on against all odds. He did very well right there to play against the Zofia. Drish, unfortunately, could not clutch it out for his team, ladies and gentlemen, as round 9 will go the way of Dauntless Esports, and round 10 will be underway.
Well, that was a wonderful clutch there on the side of Goyo, making sure that no matter what problems does Dauntless Esports have, they will perform well with that. With a flawless clutch being witnessed, yes, we are going to progress to round 10, and we'll see how well Dauntless Esports is going to be defending.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Well, despite being on basement laundry, Team Dauntless Esports, all they have to do right now is win a total of 3 defense rounds so that they can be able to put this match on overtime. Now, checking back on the first half that we get to witness when Matt was on defense, we did see for around round 3 to round 6. It was all in favor of Team Mad with a well-placed defense, mind you. And right now, with on the second half, with Nat winning only on second floor kids in round 8,
5
this
seconds remaining.
this might be a chance here for Team Nat to hopefully end this round against Team Dauntless Esports, or will we be able to see some clutches happening on the side of Team DE on defense? I think I remember on round 7 where Team Nat decides to go very aggressive by pushing in from the basement down the stairs, but could not get it. But we do see Bang using his deployable shield placing near the bakery, and quite interestingly, we're going to be seeing Ronnie playing as the Kali, the sniper, the CXRX 300, hoping just all she needs is one shot, and looks like Hussein will be the one to make that first frag, eliminating Rain. The ace will no longer be in play, but they do have Haveli, the Hibana with the X Kairos pellets will be able to use those walls. I mean, not just the walls, but also the hatches on the side of meeting room or on the freezer wall. Actually, not from the freezer wall, from the freezer hatch. Yeah. So talking about that, with a lot of time being wasted around and a man con being taken out here, Nat is already in a difficult position, as we do see the concussive nades, both of the concussive nades being used from the Informized magnet nades, but quite surprisingly, we won't be able to see a deployable shield. Actually, we do see it. Deployable shield being taken out. A lot of gunfires being placed. Not sure why.
Well, there seems to be a couple of technical difficulties plaguing the stream right here, ladies and gentlemen, but we are going to try the best we can in this given situation. Bang, holding on the angle. He's not going to find one, unfortunately, as Drish is going to take a double kill for himself, taking down Bang. And, ooh, a beautiful shot on the Boom's head as well is going to leave the side of the defenders wanting in a lot of positions right now. Vidwi, he finds one, but this is going for the plant. It's a 1v3 for him, but he's so low on HP. Throws down a gas canister to mask his movements, but the plant has gone off, and he has to make this quick. Vidwi, the last hope for Dauntless Esports, trying to bring this out for the side of the defense. He can only do so much, but he will fall. Dizzy is going to be the one to finish him off, as Nat will take round 10, ladies and gentlemen, and finish off Dauntless Esports with a beautiful win coming out to them, 7-3 in this matchup here on Oregon. A beautiful match from Nat, coming back from that 3-7 that they faced earlier today, as it was a match to witness, both matches for that matter. 15-13 to Drish and Dizzy as well. Fantastic games from them, as Nat, they did make amends for those mistakes that they made against Red Vipers, and they will need to continue on this trend of fixing these mistakes and making sure that everything goes the way that they need to. With all that being said, in just a short moment, of course, we will be going into Relive the Moment to see all of the highlights of this game that we had, and to see everything that we got to witness. So those great rounds and those great plays coming out from both teams. It was a match and a half, to say the least. Yeah, there were some technical issues plaguing the stream right towards the end. Unfortunately, it is what it is. Sometimes things just don't go the way we want them to go, ladies and gentlemen. We do apologize for that. But coming back to the rounds that we saw, it was a great start from Nat, mind you, on first floor defense. On the first round defense, as the side of Dauntless managed to fire back on round 2. Basement went to them. It was a pretty well coordinated attack. However, Dizzy, he was not having any of it. Unfortunately, he could not do too much given the current situation, as we move on to the rest of round 2. Once again, it was a round that the side of Dauntless were able to fire back on. But then again, there was only so much that the defenders could do, seeing as they were being taken down. Tactical Dada with the AK, beautifully done on that triple kill right there, as he was the man to hold down Blue Bunker. Admittedly, Nat did get a little too far ahead of themselves trying to go for that push on Blue Bunker. It caused them a couple of bodies, But at the end of the day, they managed to win out the match, which is what really matters for them. Rain, in the meanwhile, we can see in round 3, this was a back and forth with the attackers as there was a Nomad right above him. But as soon as the first kill was dropped, the Nomad came in to take him out. But there was the smoke, excuse me, right there, with the smoke to clean up on the kill. Coming to round 4, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy, second floor dorms. This was another sight and a half for both these teams as we saw the Goyo. Beautiful double kill to finish off the round for the side of Nat as he was just in a power position right there, taking out the repeller and then taking out the entry coming in from main dorms. Nat just continued their run of great rounds right towards the end of the first half, mind you. Roll swap didn't really matter to them. They kept taking round after round, and Rain here with this double kill, mind you. The flank coming out from him was huge as he continued to make things count. Make it all count. All of the efforts that his team was putting up count for his team as Nat. They were just absolutely amazing in the first half of this game, weren't they, Baba?
I mean, absolutely, Jack. We actually did see Nad winning a total of 4 defense rounds in a row, right from round 3 to round 6 in the first half. Then we actually did get to see Dauntless Esports making their own plays, winning on round 7 Basement Laundry. Not sure what Nat was having in their mind. They actually decided to go for a full aggressive push right from the Basement Laundry. Unfortunately, it did not quite work out well in their favor. And also, as we proceed to round 8, when they're defending on second floor kids, we did see how well their method of push was from making sure getting the access towards on attic, and they started pushing in towards on trophy room. Although we did get to see some back and forth coming in, especially the Goyo making sure that they don't have the access by. We did see quite a lot of push from the attackers, but they did hold on well. But they did not expected DZ. Most of the time when they were defending on second floor kids, he would always there on white stairs, pushing in, getting those 2 kills, and basically neutralizing the entire team of Dauntless Esports. And while second floor kids were in the favor of Team Nat on round 8, round 9, we actually did see some impressive clutch from the Goyo himself, eliminating one. He only had to find out the exact position on where Ash is, getting that and getting the defuse too. A job well done for Bang playing as the Goyo. He was apparently not in the site. He was apparently doing a roaming duty maybe in the meeting room and recovering that round in the post-plan situation. Finding those 2 players on the side of Team Nat was quite an interesting one. But in the end, on round 10, when they were defending on Basement Laundry, we did see the entire team of defense starts to crumble down, with Nat making a statement saying that yes, they did had a lot of problems on Cafe Dostoevsky against I think against Red Vipers, but this time on Dauntless on map Oregon, they made sure that they definitely mix their mistakes, and hopefully they won't they will make sure that they would keep being strong and make sure that whatever mistake they have, they would rectify it as soon as possible.
Absolutely. It was a great game coming out from Nat, especially after the disappointing performance they had against Red Vipers on the map of Cafe Dostoevsky. But ladies and gentlemen, with all of that being said, we are going to be ending things here today. Unfortunately, these were the only matches we could bring out today for all of our viewers at home. And we'll be saying goodnight to Division 2 in Week 2. But don't fret, we will come back tomorrow with more Siege action as Division 3 will go live. Another power division, especially this season, as there's so many teams we still don't have too much of an idea of who are playing in the league right here in Division 3. We'll see them tomorrow, and we'll see you tomorrow, as that has been it from myself, Blackjack, my co-host Babagusa, and our admin Foxy, as we will be seeing you with Division 3 tomorrow. Stay tuned and good night.